everyone, it's Stuart McPhee here, and I'm today joined by John Netto. John, thanks very much for joining me. For those who don't know, John is a fund manager with Net Black Capital and does selective personal coaching, and this is not a shameless view outside the window here, but we're actually in New York at the Marriott Marquee Hotel where the New York Traders Expo is currently being run, and both John and I are speaking at the Expo, although I must admit you are doing a lot more speaking than I am. You're a very busy person over the last few days. You're on a lot of panels and doing a lot of presentations. Are you able to give me perhaps an idea, and perhaps for people who are watching this, what journey, what path have you travelled to get to this point today where you're seen in the light you are seen and you're helping so many other people with their trading? Can you give us an idea of that?
Sure. The chronology of events that I took is every trader takes a different road to get to where we're at right now. A combination of both market experiences and non-market experiences really dictate our whole psychological profile. For me, my trading journey began at age 8 when I placed my first sports bet and realized that as a youngster, as a little tyke, that I had a penchant for taking on risk. And that penchant or desire or propensity for taking on risk rolled itself into an interest in the market when at age 12 I saw the well-known American movie Wall Street with Michael Douglas and Charlie Sheen that expressed to me the whole component of managing risk, the adrenaline, the uncertainty, the ability to generate capital, all from taking the proper or necessary speculative stance. And my journeys continued from there. I joined the Marine Corps. In 1997, I opened up my first online trading account while I was in Tokyo, Japan. Came back to the States in '98, and have just latched on and networked and have traded a number of different capacities to where I am right now, living in New York City, working in Midtown Manhattan and managing a hedge fund.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, I've got an 8-year-old daughter, and I don't know how I'd feel if she was off looking at sports bets and thinking about betting on a game. But anyway, that's an interesting journey to come across. You mentioned the Marine Corps, and I know that you have military experience, and it's something we have in common, and it probably drew us together a little bit. That I know, and I'm not, I openly admit the fact that my military experience has served me incredibly well in my trading. Can you comment perhaps if that's helped you and how that's helped you?
Sure. A lot of us face the stress of trading. It's incumbent upon us as traders to remain ruthlessly impartial, to maintain that perpetual objectivity so that we can accurately assess, at least based on our own methodology, where we think the market is going. The Marines and many military services in training put us through a great deal of both physical and mental stress, and it serves as a great precursor as to how we're going to function under real market stress, when the enemy's coming at you, how are you going to function when all the cards are stacked against you? And so having that training, having the ability to deal and grind and keep that tenacity, because a great hallmark of a trader amongst many things is one, tenacity, but two, also discipline, having a regimen, having a checklist, having a methodology that can encapsulate your personality and embrace the good parts of your personality and maybe hopefully stay away from some of the bad or some of the less desirable components. So the Marine Corps provided the structure, the ability to deal with stress, and also the discipline to put together and implement a trading plan that I can follow and stick by.
You know, you made two very interesting points there, and I'll draw on both. The first one was exercise, like the ability to, I guess, remain calm and level-headed when everything seems against you and you're under a great adversity and all seems lost. And I think in trading, especially when you are operating on your own,
sure,
and you don't have that assistance around you, you think, oh, all seems lost, how do I cope with this? I think in the military we taught to just relax, calm down, and you mentioned something that's physical exercise, and I dread sometimes thinking about the exercise that we actually did to get to that certain standard or that level. But I think physical exercise really helps people deal with stress.
Absolutely.
They get more confident in themselves. They're able to, lower heart rate, lower blood pressure, just deal with things. And I often mention the benefits of physical exercise to traders, and I don't think many other people do. So I really try to tell people, if you just go walking, it just helps lower the resting heart rate, remain calm, and that sort of stuff. One other thing, if I can get you to comment, I talk about discipline all the time as being just probably the #1 character attribute. And just to let you know, I had a workshop, full-day workshop I ran about a year or so ago, and I was talking about discipline, and this woman put her hand up and said, I agree with everything you're saying. All the problems you're talking about, I've been through that myself. I know I lack discipline, but I still don't know how to fix it. I know I've got to cut losses, I know I've got to do, I still don't know. How do I get discipline? Do you have anything you can, perhaps just an exercise or something to help people out there? How do we get more discipline? I mean, you and I'm pretty comfortable with my level of discipline, you probably are the same, but how do people get more discipline?